creed to break the chains and set us free. Riders on the prairie, wild and free, bows and arrows, cold 45's decree. No more tyranny, no more lies, under open skies we rise. Fight, fight, fight till we reclaim the night. Cowboys and Indians in the blazing light. Fight, fight, fight till the dawn is near. We'll never live in fear. On the blood moon, we all unite. Horses thunder in the night. No longer slaves to the empire's might. Strength in numbers, strength in rise. We'll never rise. On the blood moon, we unite. Horses thunder in the night.
Welcome, my beautiful tribe of patriots, to the 81st episode of the Cowboys and Indians podcast. I'm your host, Native Patriot. Of course, with me today is my co-host, Steve, at Steve Loves Ammo. How are you doing today, Steve?
I'm fantastic, brother. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. You know, I hear you created quite the controversy, and I know everybody is kind of curious as to why we're talking about spoons. I just shared out the podcast. I said spoon lives matter because you know what? Spoon lives do matter.
Spoon lives do matter, but their hybrid cousins, the spork, do not. Spork lives do matter.
Is there are there like so now there's some are spoons racist? What's going on here?
No, spoons aren't. Spoons are just a superior. They're just superior silverware.
Superior silverware to
right
sporks.
Here. Here's the spoon. The spoon of destiny, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news.
I actually have an Indian version. As you can see, it is. It has. So this is actually Ash's favorite spoon.
Okay.
It's got designs on it. It's got suns. You can eat a little bit of ice cream and stir your coffee. You know, it's got all kinds of uses. But yeah, spoon lives matter, you guys. Believe it or not.
Okay, so we could have a spoon off. Would that be called spooning? Ooh. No, because we all know spooning leads to forking, and we don't want to go there. Okay, but people are dropping the spoon emojis. I love it.
Yes.
So whenever you played, you remember the game in maybe middle school or whatever, where you took the pencils and you would like try to break, so you had a pencil and one person would hold it like this. And the other person would come with a pencil and try to pop it down and break the pencil and have a pencil off, I guess. Do you ever played that? Oh my God. I guess that's
I don't know. I think that was before my time.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had those shoot, I don't even remember what they're called.
See, some in the chat understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Where you play with the pencils and so you have each a pencil and you try to break, right? But we can do that with spoons because there only can be one spoon. So I'm gonna fly up to Washington and we're gonna have a spoon off, and this one's thick.
See, this is this is pure silver, probably.
Probably.
I don't know if it is or not.
Faux silver.
It's definitely not. I lied. So. I don't know. I'm sure I could find some better spoons.
Perfect.
Sporks.
There it is, dude.
Oh no,
that's perfect. Yeah, absolutely trans. They need to be sent back and molten down, or put them in an asylum. I don't know, one of the two.
Yeah, I actually kind of agree with you. I hate sporks. They are not. It's not a real silverware. And we should absolutely ban them from use.
They've been conditioning us for a very long time, Maurice. They started with sporks, and then the trans movement started. It's a slippery slope.
You might be right. There might be a connection there that
Let me get
all been missing.
Oil real quick.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Steve wanted to prove that a spoon could be more popular than Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
And so he made a post. He said, let's see if this spoon of mine can get more than 126,000 views, which would be higher than Jimmy Kimmel's ratings. And I believe you actually crossed the threshold of 126,000 because you are at 2.7 million right now. You have 197,000 likes. I didn't even like this post. There we go.
Oh,
Look at
thank you.
197,000
me out a little bit more, but
likes.
it's okay. That's fine. Dude,
Wow.
so the wildest thing about this is 2.7 million people know what my silverware looks like. You know what I mean? When you stop and think about things like that, it's kind of insane, but I don't know. It was all in fun. And yeah, I created an alt account, by the way. It's called The Spoon of Destiny. So I'm going to
Spoon of Destiny.
I don't know if it's I think
it.
it's just Spoon of Destiny. Maybe. I'm not sure. I
Yeah,
can't remember. I just created it. It has like 700 followers already.
Dang. That's kind of wild. Yeah, check this out, you guys. The Spoon of Destiny. We are going to follow the adventures of this spoon through hell and high water.
Read the bio.
Just a spoon trying to become more famous than Jimmy Kimmel. Organic stirrer of pots. That's beautiful. Of course, located at your kitchen table. I love it.
Yeah.
This is the kind of controversy we need in this country
Absolutely.
right now.
This is what America's actually been missing. You know, we need to. Yeah, spoon lives matter, bro. They really do. We could come up with so many clips. I'm so excited for this.
Sporks or psyop. Grop cannot confirm nor deny.
Oh my god! Please post that in the chat, or in the comment section under my live stream. I would love to see
Beautiful.
that. Gotta trust the science. But anyways, yeah, the spoon is right here with me. I'm gonna bring it on a few photo shoots, and I would not be opposed to going on a major news network and challenging Jimmy Kimmel on this. I will bring the spoon.
So, hear that? Somebody tag Fox News. We need Steve on Gutfeld.
Dude, that'd be so awesome
to get more views than Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh man, that would be absolutely monumental. This would, yeah, that'd be a great day in American history. Like they would write history books about spoonage. I just made that up.
The Spoongate.
Spoongate. Yeah, that's even better. I like that. Oh man.
Yeah. So hey, I mean,
you
you got to be careful because your spoon can get really bougie if you allow it. You know, once it starts getting really famous, it's going to get big and it's going to start wanting some fancy things. So
yeah.
You better be
careful.
It
might even like turn into a ladle. I don't know. We just have to pay attention. So many puns we can do with this. I can go all night. I know. What a great way to open the show, man. Happy Monday, buddy.
Yeah, happy Monday. We actually had a lot of news over the weekend. I don't know if you guys tuned in. I'm sure that most of you did tune in to the Charlie Kirk Memorial, which was, I mean, we watched pretty much the whole thing. We were, you know, it was like a family event. We just sat around. We were listening to all the speeches and kind of we just wanted to witness, you know, what was going on because there's such a stark contrast between, I guess, the left and the right because, you know, when in 2020 when one of their heroes died, George Floyd,
right?
They rioted for months on end, several months, billions of dollars in damages, dozens dead, and that was the way that they were able to express their frustration. And the right. Man, it was beautiful to witness.
Yeah.
Especially a lot of our, a lot of our politicians even coming out and saying that they, like J.D. Vance, this moment stuck out to me specifically. When he said in the last, you know, week or two, I've mentioned Jesus more times than I ever have in my entire life. And it was beautiful to see how many people were saying that they had went to church for the first time or they had bought their Bible for the, you know, and cracked a Bible open for the first time in 20 years. I mean, this is monumental. It's a monumental moment for our country. And I loved seeing it. And I mean, watching Erica Kirk go up there on stage and, you know, deliver that speech was, it was very, very moving. And I think this is an event that I'm probably going to remember for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I agree, man. Every single speaker, whether it was Rubio or Tucker or, you know, Erica Trump Jr., I think Erica was the spotlight of the entire event. And one thing that I think really stole the show was the forgiveness portion. So I know a lot of people out there are saying, you know, I couldn't forgive, or I don't want to forgive, or things like that. And that's everybody's individual path, right? But with the way Erica handled that, she understands. She had so much conviction to be able to do something like that, because she understands that Jesus died for all of our sins and he forgave us for all of our sins. So her doing that is her not, I would say, she is still going to be upset about everything, right? But at the end of the day, she understands the teachings, and that's the route she took with it, you know. But
A lot of people confuse forgiveness with like mercy, or allowing the bad
Perfect.
guy to get away, right?
Mhm.
And it's not about that.
No.
It's not about dealing or finding justice for this guy. It is about finding peace in her heart to be able to live on for the rest of her life without being constantly tortured by the demented psychopath who shot Charlie.
Right.
Right? It's
Absolutely.
it's literally like, in order to move forward in a with peace of mind, she has to be able to let that resentment go and not let that burn in her heart, to turn her will towards something very negative, as opposed to continuing on Charlie's legacy and building something positive
Yep.
like he was. It's not her job to dish out the punishment for this guy.
Correct.
It is not. It's her job to
Mhm.
continue on with Turning Point USA, and to
Yep.
continue creating this environment of unity. And believe it or not, I know that we've talked about, you know, that there's certain people in the country that we can't unify with, and that is important to recognize.
Mhm.
But also, there's a lot of people that have woken up and are now realizing the demons that they've been siding with, and are
Yep.
looking for an organization like Turning Point that can actually help bring those people in. So there will be a long road ahead in unifying and maybe waking people up to the forces that we're actually against.
Yeah, definitely. And you saw that over the last week. It wasn't just here in the United States, it was around the world. In South Korea, Japan, Germany, France. You see these in the UK, these pro Turning Point, I guess, vigils, or I wouldn't say protest or anything like that. I can't think of the correct word, but anyways, so that's reflecting with Turning Point. Latest I heard, it was 65,000 new state chapter requests within Turning Point. So yesterday obviously was for the Kirk family, and to mourn, or whatever you want to call it. But today is the start of the fight back against evil, and we can't relent from it. We have to continue Charlie's legacy. And if you guys see, and it, like, I see his account is still very active. I'm sure he had a team, right? Because with an account that size and how busy he was, there are people that run his account. So, you know, if you see it and you post, just go support the family, because I didn't really share any of the Turning Point USA posts. Everything that came out from Charlie Kirk's account itself, I reposted, just because that monetization goes to his, directly to his family, you know.
True. Yeah, forgiveness does not equal condonement. That's right. That's exactly right. And there's a lot of people that, you know, that fundamentally misunderstand what that means. So, you guys, I do want to acknowledge that. Thank you for reposting the stream. I mean, this is it. This is the way that we grow, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And we try to engage with the comments as much as we can. And you know, we don't have a ton of money for advertising or anything like that. So the only way we grow is if you decide to share. If you like our content, whether it be our X pages or our podcast, you know, we really do appreciate the shares that we get, because that's the only way that we can reach out to a wider audience and spread our message and help more people. I mean, just today, Eddie had sent me a picture that he's working with Theodis Daniels, who's the father of DJ Daniels, the child who was recognized as an honorary Secret Service agent by Donald Trump. and he's working with Theotis to get him into Congress. So this is going to be huge, not only for us, but for Texas in general. I mean, there's a lot of good Patriots running in Texas right now. I know Brandon Herrera is running. Theotis Daniels is now running. I mean,
Absolutely.
this is something where regular citizens are stepping up. And
Absolutely.
in our tribe of patriots that we have, we're doing our best to raise awareness and to get these good people in office, because we have for so long allowed this political class of people to rule our country, and they have been so disconnected from what it means to be an actual American, to work an American job, to actually go out there, be a truck driver, or like me, change tires. And they're not connected with this anymore. So,
Man.
I wanted to give a shout out to Eddie really quick, just because, I mean, he's doing good work, and he's putting in a lot of work for Theotis right now. I know that they had just made an account for him. So, excuse me.
Yeah, you want to pull that one up? Yeah, but maybe we should do something like. Well, first off, we need to clean our Congress, because our Congress has been just a disdain on the American people for decades now. Once we get Congress cleaned up, I think moving forward, we should do something like, you take your kid to school, or take your kid to work day. We should do something like take your politician a work day, so they actually have to go do, like maybe
It's like a dirty jobs, but
I was about to say micro, like dirty jobs, but for like politicians. I think that would be actually a hilarious show too.
Yeah. So this account was just created today. Theotis Daniels for Congress. You guys make sure to go follow him. It's Theotis 4 Texas 18 on X. Be sure to go give him a follow, because we're going to do our best to get him into Congress and start changing the way that we view politics and who actually runs it behind the scenes. So he's a really good guy. I'm proud to be part of his team and working with him. So it's just something on the side that we're trying to do along with everything else that we're doing, so it's really cool. But yeah, Theotis 4 Texas 18 on X. Go ahead and give him a follow, and
he's a good guy.
Keep up with the news. And of course, if you live in Texas, you can be more active, or maybe DM us on how you can help out. So
yeah, I live like 30 or 45 minutes away from him. I'll just tell him to text me, literally right down the road. So
yeah, you're gonna have to go do like a photo shoot with him or something,
Yeah, well, I've been needing to go see DJ.
Maybe bring the spoon.
Yeah, the spoon, like just walking across, giving DJ his combat badge.
Yeah, exactly.
Football podcast, Imaginary Football League asks, what is the deal with Tylenol? Are they going to ban it?
This is a topic that we are going to get into. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick.
Jamie, roll that footage.
I'm go ahead.
So I was just saying, like, podcasting or live streaming is almost like running an X space. Like the dead air is like really bad. So like if there's dead air from now on, I'm just gonna start singing or dancing. I don't know. I might do the Trump dance, or just singing some random country song. I don't know. Probably not. I probably won't do that. So let's have no dead air.
There's a lot of people right now saying that Tylenol is the cause of autism, and I don't think that's what was expressed today. What was expressed today is that there's a link, right? They're not exactly sure. We'll play this clip really quick and try and see if we can decipher what RFK Jr. says here.
Our autism work that are vital for parents to know as they make these decisions. First, HHS will act on acetaminophen. The FDA is
I'm sure you guys know acetaminophen is Tylenol. Okay.
responding to clinical and laboratory studies that suggest a potential association between acetaminophen use during pregnancy and adverse neurodevelopmental outcomes, including later diagnosis for ADHD and autism.
See, what he says there is a potential connection. He's not laying this out, but what this did also is it opened the door for an investigation into vaccines as well.
Correct.
Kilburn says here, heavy metals.
Not like
Okay,
heavy metal. No.
Yeah, not
like the British pronounce it aluminium.
yeah. Yeah, so he's actually I feel like this is more of just them opening the door to figuring this out. It kind of like Trump made it seem like there was a definitive statement coming out here, and it definitely didn't feel like that when it was announced.
Right.
It's more like
it's literally like, hey guys, there may be something here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Science
Yeah,
is proposed
I think,
biological
like-
mechanisms linked
But
No, you're good, man. Continue. No,
Oh.
go ahead.
to prenatal
I was just gonna ramble. Go ahead.
exposure to altered brain development. We have also evaluated the contrary studies that show no association. Today, the FDA will issue a physician's notice about the risk of acetaminophen during pregnancy and begin the process to initiate a safety label change. HHS will launch a nationwide public service campaign to inform families and protect public health. FDA also recognized that acetaminophen is often the only tool for fevers and pain in pregnancy, as other alternatives have well-documented adverse effects. HHS wants, therefore, to encourage clinicians to exercise their best judgment in the use of acetaminophen for fevers and pain in pregnancy by prescribing the lowest effective dose for the shortest necessary duration and only when treatment is required. Furthermore, thanks to the politicization of science, the safety of acetaminophen against the risk of neurodevelopmental disorders in young children has never been validated. Prudent medicine, therefore, suggests caution in acetaminophen use by young children, especially since strong evidence also has associated it with liver toxicity. Some studies have also found the use of acetaminophen in children can potentially prolong viral illnesses. FDA will drive new research to safeguard mothers, children, and families.
you know what's really interesting about this is for a long time, I'll actually say for the past couple of years, when I get really sick, I've actually stopped taking all medicines because I've noticed, like what he just said right there, is how it may prolong a sickness. And I've noticed that by not working through the symptoms, it seems like a cold or a sickness of mine always seems to last longer when I take medicines to subside the symptoms, as opposed to just just working through the sickness, allowing my body to fight it off, as opposed to tricking it and thinking that it's better. And then, I'm not saying that that's the exact thing that he's saying, but he did mention that it can prolong sickness. And he's not saying that this is what causes autism. He's not saying that that they found the reason autism rates have skyrocketed like crazy. He is just saying that they're recommending now to lower the dose and to stop, basically saying, take this at will, like it's been for a long time, which overall I think is good. I've tried personally to avoid taking a lot of these medicines because I've found that they treat the symptoms rather than the cause, right?
Correct. And that's the whole point. Like a fever reducer or a pain reliever. I do agree with you on that. Whenever you take these drugs, it might make you feel a little bit better, but I think subconsciously your brain gets altered to think your body is not sick, so your immune response will back off a little bit instead of having that immune response. The white blood cells actually attacking what is causing those symptoms in the first place. So I think taking those are really masking it, and I've been really backing off on that because I kind of feel the same way.
And also with that, you might push yourself a little bit further than if you felt bad, right? If you're masking the symptoms, right, and you can't feel what your body's actually going through, then you can push yourself further, which causes your body to focus on recovery of whatever else you've been doing as opposed to fighting the actual sickness itself. So this to me just seems more like, it's like, Yeah, they're going to recommend stopping taking it, and also they open the door to start investigating vaccines, which I think
Right.
is probably more important than Tylenol itself.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's going to be the inverse on this, that they're going to be moms that have children that are autistic, and they're going to say, "Oh, I never took Tylenol the entire time I was pregnant." Well, there are multiple reasons why children become autistic. It's not just because of overconsumption of acetaminophen. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not the claim, and so I really hope that people don't take that away from this. And I think Trump really overhyped this announcement. In all reality, because he really made it seem like this was going to be groundbreaking for the future, and it's just like, well, I mean, this is kind of something that. If you're in the hippie naturalistic movement, it was kind of already known that they say that Tylenol's safe to take. They say that it's the only safe thing to take, but you should still limit your intake unless it is absolutely necessary. Where you have like a fever of 104 or something, and you want to be able to subside that fever, then obviously. But yeah, honestly, it feels more like a hippie naturalistic thing, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. And my internet is running really slow.
It's more of a
It's coming
dangerous
back,
cocktail situation. Also changes. All byproducts have been processed, such as elevated heavy metals, acetaminophen. Overuse is just as dangerous as any other. That's true, especially with children, because acetaminophen is hard on your liver. So if you are just downing it like there's no issues with it, then yeah, it's going to cause issues. But I mean, that was already known. So I'm glad that they're making it more aware. I'm glad that they're putting more warning labels on it and just basically telling everybody that, hey, you should probably, it is best to do things naturally as opposed to trying to rely on big pharma for everything, because big pharma hasn't had your best interest in mind, and they've been treating symptoms and not the actual cause, and they've been trying to find ways to get that money
that's
and
what it
get
comes
every
down to.
label. Yes, and get every single label they can that this is safe to use during pregnancy, or this is safe to use, whenever. But they own, or they fund a lot of the studies. They fund, a lot of the people that judge whether or not it's safe. So it's like,
exactly, just follow the money, and you find out where the science is.
Yeah, go through it naturally, you guys.
Absolutely,
if you can.
Yeah, what it comes down to is diet, water intake. And getting enough sun, ensuring you have enough. Ooh.
South Philly says, I had a friend need a liver transplant at the age of 40 due to overusing Tylenol.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And what's crazy is like when I started the carnivore diet originally, and so in the first 2 weeks I lost like 15 pounds, all the inflammation in my body disappeared within those first 2 weeks. I mean, it was completely gone. And I realized that the overwhelming majority of my pain that a lot of people would treat with the use of Tylenol was coming from inflammation.
Yeah, I mean that actually that makes a lot of sense, because inflammation in the body is it can attack any system, with gastrointestinal, your abdominal area, or your muscles, or just literally anything. So getting rid of that inflammation, the inflammation is the body's response to something in your body, and it'll send, these, I don't even, man, I've been so long out of the medical field, but like inflammation, like you try to treat the symptom of the inflammation instead of the cause or the source of the inflammation. And I think that's, we're seeing a lot of people, turn to food intake, and that's what drives a lot of illnesses, depending on what you eat.
Well, I'll tell you what, on Wednesday, we are having Tammy on, who just recently joined the Patriots Prayer Network. And we're going to be going through a lot of this stuff. She has like an entire podcast based on natural health. And so it's going to be a really fascinating conversation. She's extremely based too. like,
Nice.
I'm so happy that she joined the Patriots Prayer Network. But we are having her on Wednesday. I'm sure if you guys see, some of the lives on my profile itself, she goes live quite often on there. So, but yeah, I'm excited for Wednesday to have her on so we can discuss this a little bit more in more detail on what she thinks of it, since she has natural holistic medicine remedies and kind of deep dives into a lot of this health benefits and negatives and ramifications and all that. It'll be fun. So Wednesday, that's coming up, you guys, 6 p.m.
Nice.
Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be great. I recommend that you tune in because it's going to be a good conversation diving into this. So
But can you repeat who it is? Kilburn's asking.
Tammy, I will let's see if I can pull up her profile really quick. Yeah.
When you get a chance. Word.
I don't know
So
how to
other
search
than
on the
Yeah, kind of. What the? Why is reposted trending?
reposted.
Yeah, very weird.
I have
Oh,
no
talking
idea.
about people reposting anti-Charlie Kirk things.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, how about that? Another, this is actually something that I really wanted to get into today that I'm excited to get into is Donald Trump designating Antifa through executive order
Yeah.
a domestic terrorist organization.
That
You know anything
is.
about this?
I just know a little bit, and we were talking with redheaded libertarian about it and how this may be kind of ceremonial because you would need congressional approval to go up the chain to get a an actual precise designation because it is a domestic organization. Like international is way different, right? But this could open up to RICO charges. That's
Rico?
kind of RICO.
Is that your Louisiana accent? It's
Yeah, pretty much.
Rico.
I like to say RICO. But he's wanting to go after the people behind the scenes. And I think that's the most important thing, cutting off funding, to these basement dwellers and finding out what politicians are behind this, because I think that's going to be the biggest thing, in my opinion. I did see a slowdown on, with the swattings and Antifa. I know Antifa is really prominent in Portland and in the Washington State area, but I don't see it too much across the United States like I used to. So whenever USAID was cut, I think there may be a link between there, but
Yeah, Mama Judy, it is sitting right next to me. I just have to send it out. That's my bad.
oh, she ordered
It's
one
been a
from
while.
you?
Yeah. It's been a while, and I got really distracted with the whole Charlie Kirk thing. But yeah, it is sitting right next to me.
You better overnight it
It's
to Mama
coming.
Jude.
I know. I'll have Ash do it.
I love Mama
She goes
Judy.
to the
You better
store tomorrow.
Overnight that shit, bro. Oh man, she's
So
awesome.
I do want to talk a little bit about the ramifications of this and what it actually means, because we did talk about this with the redhead libertarian, but what this is going to do in practice is it's going to just prioritize the way that they go after these cells around the country, right? They're going to be able to seize assets. Our letter agencies are going to actually put a priority on it as opposed to letting the local law enforcement deal with it the entire time. Because we saw, back in 2020 when they had the 100+ days of straight riots all around the country, nothing was federally done at all. I mean, it was just literally like they were like, "Yo, we're gonna allow the sovereignty of the states to deal with this stuff," and we saw our local governments just not do anything about it.
Right. It's almost like the states kind of just cordon the areas and just let them do, like it was the Wild West, and then just kind of like, okay, we'll go put out the fires legitimately and figuratively.
Yep. So they're going to be targeting specific networks. So they're going to be going after the funders of these, and they can potentially bring new charges on them for material support, or anything like that. So and yes, RICO is an option as well, but there's probably going to be increased raids into the terror cells around the country. They can freeze assets now, which is good. But the most important thing about this executive order is that it's not going to stop any. It's not going to stop them from practicing the First Amendment, right? From actually going out there and peacefully protesting. But
Correct.
what it will do is it will be able to stop them from going overboard and having those provocateurs, right? And having the lawyers on standby. They'll be able to go after these guys because what Antifa has done brilliantly is, or the ones who run Antifa, is they have these organizations that fund these riots, and then they'll have provocateurs in there basically to incite more violence during the chaos of the riots. And they'll have lawyers on standby, and people like George Soros have been funding DAs and prosecutors all to get in there. So when these lawyers go into these, they represent these Antifa rioters, they already work with the prosecutors and the DA. They all know each other, and so they slip by. And so the justice system has been corrupted in that way. But there's no new powers from this executive order. He's not actually, like, they're going to claim that this is fascism, right? They're going to claim that, oh my gosh, Trump is a fascist. He's cracking down on the idea of Antifa, and if you don't like fascism, then you're the target next. That's not true.
Exactly.
There are no new powers with this at all. It is all under applicable law. It's just where the focus is. That is the only difference.
Yeah, so they're just enforcing existing laws that haven't been enforced on the state level.
Yeah, they've just been ignoring it. They've been allowing Antifa to thrive. They've been allowing these prosecutors and DAs and all of these people to get into power, and then work with the lawyers who represent the rioters, and have been just getting them back on the streets immediately. So that's coming to an end, which is a good thing.
Yeah. And Trump's been going after like these DAs and prosecutors for a very long time. So just kind of a complete exposure of the two-tier justice system, or lack of justice system for one side and one for the other. So I like the turnabout. I really do. Well, it's not even really turnabout. It's literally just equal enforcement of the law.
Yeah. It's stopping the exploitation of the goodwill of the people. Because what they've been doing is working, like, technically within the rule system. Technically. And I say that because they haven't been doing something explicitly illegal, but it's been very, very, very corrupt, right? Like, they've been donating to get these prosecutors, to get these DAs into office, who then... So, and that's not the illegal part, right? But then the lawyers that represent these rioters are buddies with the prosecutors. And so these networks, these cells that have ties to George Soros and all the other funders, it is now going to start being revealed to the public how corrupt it's actually been, and what our system has allowed through this. So
it's like they're taking down a separate government. Like the Antifa.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
They like Antifa has their own judicial system, right? And that's what we're trying to expose and take down.
Yes. So if you remember, this was years ago when there were like there were a couple of Proud Boys that got into a scuffle with Antifa, right? And the Proud Boys worked with the cops, and Antifa, all of them ran away. But there were 4 Proud Boys that got locked up in prison for like 4 years because they just worked with the cops. None of the Antifa members showed up, nor did they claim victimhood. It was literally as far as the state was concerned, it was a victimless crime because there were no victims, right? It was just the idea of Antifa that they had that the Proud Boys had assaulted these Antifa members, and so they actually locked up the Proud Boys for 4 years, claiming that they were racist, that they were in a gang, that they were, so that separate judicial system that you were talking about is exactly what we're going after, is exactly what Trump wants to go after. And so that two-tier justice system, that's coming to an end. The far left rioters, the far left, it's not even far left anymore. It's just become the mainstream left. The normal idea that domestic violence, or that's maybe not how to put it, but violence.
You didn't mean domestic violence.
Yeah, not in the
domestically violent.
Yeah,
maybe
that rioting is not normal like that. And like I had a commenter on one of my posts today say that Antifa is just an idea, and if you're anti-fascist, it's all the same garbled nonsense that they use to
propagate these
downplay
people,
the violence.
Yeah, like the lefties that are posting like the shots of Normandy when they're getting out of the boats, charged the beach, Normandy Beach, saying these guys were anti-fascist too. I'm like, well, hold up. There's no way you can make the same comparison. Nobody believes that. I don't even think you believe that. Maybe. No. I don't know. Kind of retarded.
No.
But
no, we've talked about this many times about how they use words, how they use phrases as tools to achieve their goals. And part of that is to deceive the general public from even having the concept that Antifa can be a funded group intentionally designed to create more chaos, to foment chaos in communities that work simultaneously with the media to downplay the violence that they're experiencing and have that two-tier justice system behind the scenes because it's not reported on, and how it just continues. That's how that cycle continues. So
what do you need for a terror network?
Funding.
1,
and
funding.
Yeah.
2, logistics. 3, a structure. Right?
Yeah.
Can you still hear me? Okay. My internet laggy right now. So, and then the ideology. So that's 4. So logistics, we know they have all the logistics in the world because we see what they're doing, like with the Chaz and Chop. They have the ability to do that. They have the people or the ideology, the anti-fascist movement, but they're just communists in disguise. Then the command structure right now is what they're going after. So that's why Trump did that executive order, because he's going after the command structure, and the command structure is in doing so is going to find out the funding. And that's ultimately, you shut down the funding like that. That's how we were able to take down ISIS or Al Qaeda so quickly, is they would use a Hawala Deer network. Essentially, they didn't do like Chase to Wells Fargo transfers. No, they did handoffs, and that's where we figured out they were handing off money to each other, and we would track down the Hawala Deers, the ones that were doing the transfers of money, and that's what would get us to the high valued targets overseas. So just follow the money with everything. We did it for international terrorism. You do it with big pharma. You can do it with these local politicians. You follow the money and you will find the root. Always.
Yeah, and a lot of people will deny, or they're like, a lot of people that have participated in some of these protests that, the right always says, oh, it's Antifa. A lot of those people don't get paid, right? Because, and so they use that as the idea, like, oh, well, I didn't get paid and I went to this, right? It's like, well, you're one of the useful idiots that aren't getting paid to do so, to not structure. All the mysterious bricks that showed up that were for construction that were never, like, nobody reported any bricks stolen. It was just like, oh, magically there's going to be a riot and bricks showed up, the pallet of bricks. Right. And no, there's definitely organizations. I mean, what is it, Rose City Antifa, that
Yes.
has a legit page that you can sign up and then become recruited and become part
Just
of
how
this
like the Proud Boys
structure.
did it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So what you're saying is, so there are unpaid Antifa protesters and paid. So the paid ones are grifters.
Yeah, well, yeah, the paid ones are grifters, but they also
I was
are
making a joke.
I know, but they're agitators. So in our
Right.
reality, they will go into these riots and they won't necessarily perform the violence, but they will set the opportunity for that stuff to happen. So like
Gotcha.
with the pallet of bricks, right? One person during a riot, one person will like go up and kick a door, and then you'll have one of the Antifa guys there, and he'll hand a person a brick and be like, "You should throw this brick into that window there." Nobody will notice, and then they throw the brick. So the agitators, the ones influencing this violence, they're smart about how they play this out. They're in these riots to just make it more destructive by using the useful idiots and the chaos of the situation in order to actually make it worse. And they've done very, very well with it, in all reality.
That's true, man. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Theotis Daniels for Congress. Yes, it is. We just promoted your page earlier. It is Theotis, the number 4, Texas, the number 18 on X.
I'm going to go share his live.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was like live. He was just meaning like
No, it's
he's
up
live
and running.
posting. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. They are trained and they go to these riots ready to be arrested, and their legal teams are prepaid. Yep. And those are all the structures that we plan on exposing. And this is the big difference between what the left's goals are and what our goals are, and why I know that we're not actually the fascists is, and you can see this in the response to Charlie Kirk and the whole cancellation idea versus
Accountability.
consequence cult
Or
cancellation,
consequence,
right? Yeah, whatever it is, right? Like the left has to make up problems in order to slander your name. And what we're going for is we're trying to expose the truth in what's being done and then holding them accountable for their own actions. That's the big difference here, is that we just want accountability, and they wanted to invent stories to make you the bad guy, even to twist everything, like saying that you're like a murderer because you wouldn't wear a mask, right?
Right. Yeah. So so they operate on emotion and not logic or truth. They will, use the whole words or violence, or try to partition off people in the country either by race or religion or wearing a mask or getting a vaccine. And they do this in order to strengthen their control over their own group. And they do it with emotional charge too. They don't provide logic behind it. So naturally they understand people that are angry are more receptive to hearing something versus someone that comes cool, calm, and collected and provides facts, because people tend to gravitate towards like drama. Does that make sense? Like, so
Clickbait,
if someone's like in very dramatic, it's like, oh my God, he must be telling the truth, but they're not.
Yeah. Yeah. Just because you're emotionally loud does not mean you're correct. And that a lot of people, I mean, you see that in a lot of the debates. When people are inexperienced in debates, what you'll see is the passion that they have come out. They'll become very, very emotional. And when people are really, really good at debating, like Charlie Kirk was, he was able to stay calm and absorb that energy and kind of bring them back to reality, as opposed to running off emotion. And I mean, I've had the same talk with my son, right? He's 12 years old, and he is an emotional basket case at times, right? His emotions will flare up, and like when he gets really angry, he does not. There's no logic in his actions. It is strictly just emotion, and the left seems to thrive off that. They have a hard time. It seems like they have a difficult time getting past that emotional stage. And I've kind of figured out how to bring him back down, as opposed to allowing the emotions to run wild. And it just seems like there's a lot of people on the left that really have to learn how to get past that stage. And one of the reasons Charlie Kirk was so dangerous is because he didn't feed into that emotional rage bait idea where they want to appeal to emotion. And like when they argued abortion, they would say, well, a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old getting raped, you want that baby to go to full term. And it's like, well, that's not what we're actually arguing here. We're discussing when rights begin, when life begins, and when it's our duty as citizens to recognize rights in humans. And so our country has a lot of growing up to do. A lot of growing up to do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I totally agree. And these other debaters or podcasters which you notice, like some people can talk really fast and they can formulate questions. So what they do is, in order to sound like they're speaking truth, is they will rapid fire, like really quick, and they would try to counter your counters as fast as possible to get you try to catch people that are trying to respond in maybe not the most correct answer. And it's kind of oh, I got you. You're lying. Instead of like Harry Sisson is one of those people. He can see, like, he is very intelligent, right? I'm not going to discount him, but
Harry Sisson, I don't know about that. I would say that Dean Kidd is more intelligent. I don't see Harry Sisson as being smart at all.
He's
literally, I don't think he's very smart.
He's a rage baiter. So he's smart in doing, because he is a paid propagandist, and I would not, like, even the Krasensteins, they know what they're doing. They know enough about like when I don't know if it was Ed or Brian stating that he gave $5,000 to an Antifa member, and he knew he can do that because, one, it wasn't signed into executive law then, and he did it to incite conservatives to comment on his post or call him a piece of crap or whatever you want to call it, and he did that as engagement farming. So people fall for this all the time, and they'll comment and all of these things, but at the end of the day, he's winning because he's getting paid and he doesn't care.
Yeah, it's
same. That's how these people
form
operate.
Of selling your soul.
While I agree, I think we're at the point where those people, we know they're propagandists, and I think we should just kind of alienate them in our own type of cancel culture, where if we stop commenting so much and start elevating other patriots that really care about this country, that's how you win.
There you
share
go.
With people that you actually care and you align with, and not spend your entire day just talking shit to these people that are getting paid on the side anyway. So why do you want to prop them even higher?
Yeah, I mean it's a literal tactic by these paid propagandists to say something so simple and false that it creates a rage bait response in most people where they feel compelled to correct the record. And so, like, when you're on social media and you don't have a big following, and it's really, really hard, and I really get it. I understand.
True.
Like, when you have 700 followers or 3,000 followers, and you're trying to put posts out there that are meaningful, and when you put a post out there and it gets like 13 views, I get that frustration.
It's disheartening.
I mean, I really do. But then you comment on like Harry Sisson's and you'll get like 2,000 because his post gets 1 million views. All of a sudden you're like, okay, my impact is going to be better dealt in the comment section of Harry Sisson's post than it is just posting on my own page. But I'll tell you what, if you build it, they will come. Steve and I started with nothing. We literally, and we're not influencers, right? Steve worked as a safety guy, and I changed tires for a living. I mean,
Right.
we're regular everyday Americans
Yeah.
that literally just started speaking out. If you build it, they will come. If you have something good enough to say, eventually there will be a time where you will get noticed, or you will start to get shared, or what
Yes.
you say will have an impact on somebody that can share the message. Or if you have a post that is really good, please DM us. I mean, I'm more than willing to share the posts of my followers and to try and build up Patriots. So
That's absolutely correct.
or comment in the Cowboys and Indians community page that we have. It's not super active, but we're trying to get better at it because, like I said, we're just regular everyday Americans that have been passionate about wanting to influence this country for the better. And I it's still weird, when people will call me an influencer or something like that. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to be an influencer, right? Like, we have sponsors that we even neglected tonight. We didn't even tell you guys who the sponsors are. Ooh. It's in the description in YouTube and Rumble. But we have Q Broadcasting and we have Quitter. Yes. They're in the description. So if you guys can, please check those guys out. If you want to quit porn, download the Quitter app, use our QR code or use the link that's in the description below. And if you want Q Broadcasting, which is revolutionary as far as the way that we consume entertainment, download that from the QR code. I can't. That way. It's above Steve.
Right here.
There you go.
Look at that. Boom.
Yes.
Oh, I should have did like this. Look,
see, there you go.
Get you a little scoop of Q. A little scoop of Q.
It's over there. Yeah, Q Broadcasting. That's CUE Broadcasting. Link to Rumble, please. It is rumble.com/The Patriots Prayer.
Correct.
And we're live right now. So, but yeah, we stream on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble. So we're streaming at all places simultaneously.
I wish there was a way we can. Man, hopefully StreamYard. I know they're going to integrate TikTok eventually. So that'd be really, dude. I'm telling you, I know. I dislike it. Every video I post now gets a community guidelines violation. So I'm probably about to get booted from TikTok, probably. But anyways, it is a good avenue. I know we hate big tech and we hate China, but at the end of the day, we need to we have to be out there in the fight, and that's what Charlie Kirk did. He went on their turf and he battled them.
Yeah, yep. And look at it. We got Brandon Vollmer. I just ran for city council in Tacoma.
Nice.
And I mean, that's where I work. I work all around the Tacoma area. So, and that place is a shithole. It is.
This is actually this YouTuber got me. I'm not. Oh, I was trying to pull it up.
I'm not on TikTok. I'm over 14. Oh my Lord. Well, you know what? I agree with him. I'm not on TikTok. No, that's not true. I have a TikTok account. I've never posted anything on it. I have I don't even know how many followers I have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never posted on it.
I'm gonna go share all your posts just so your TikTok grows.
I don't have any posts though. That's the thing.
I'm gonna go verify.
I have 0 posts on my TikTok. I have 74 followers. Whoop whoop.
Yeah, but in order to spread the message, man, you have to go multi-platform. That's the only way. Oh,
okay,
none take some. It's funny. Oh, okay. So you do have a post. I am gonna go.
But it got striked. It got striked immediately, so it's not actually up.
Did you have a gun in it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah. But it's at Law Native Patriot. But yeah, I've been just allowing my TikTok to sit there without any posts on it because I wonder if I can gain a substantial following by never posting anything.
It's gonna be one of those like 50 years later. Oh my god, I got 10,000 followers and they're all bots from Bangladesh. Thank you for posting, LA Native.
Thank you for posting.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was another thing. Is the Trump canceling the HB1 visas?
Oh, yes. Well, so new
charging $100,000.
$100,000, and it's not annual; it's a one-time fee. But from what I understand, I heard somebody had said that it was annual and it got corrected. It should be annual, in my opinion. You want to come here to the United States and you're a doctor? Because a lot of people from India are doctors.
Really?
And-
I thought they were all worked at 7-Eleven or Shell stations.
No, man. Go to a like a level 1 hospital. You'll see a lot of dankus. Or people actually a lot of nurse
What's
practitioners
that dot on your forehead?
from Nigeria, believe it or not, especially in Houston.
Oh,
Gold card should be annual. Oh, well, I think that's about it for the show, man. I think you ended on
Yeah.
a good note.
especially for how I see your character and your son. It's a brave boy you have there. I had my cousin's son pass away years ago at 13. God bless yours. You know, I was recently contemplating because I had to beef up my security as of late.
Mhm.
You know, with the Charlie Kirk assassination and everything, been
Yeah.
taking my security more seriously, and you know, we got security cameras now, and I mean, we already have dogs and guns and live on
Yeah.
a property that is not accessible without trespassing. But
You know if somebody's there or not.
yes, now
Essentially, yeah.
now we know. And I've had a kind of an internal fight for a long time, and a lot of people have told me that like posting pictures of my family is dangerous and it's not good. And I think that this is something that is going to have to be normalized in a way, because there's no way to hide my family. But my entire belief system relies on my family. It relies on my wife and my children and my belief in God.
Yeah.
And if I don't show that, if I don't show that my that being a monogamous husband is better than the degenerate crap that is shown on our entertainment constantly,
Right.
that being a player is good, that Andrew Tate's the get money, get laid, die, like that's not the route to go. It will never be the route to go, and our civilization will absolutely collapse. So
Yeah.
I'm willing to take the risks of posting my family. I've taken necessary precautions. We are well armed. We have dogs. We have cameras. We have security in place in order to prevent something bad from actually happening. But I
Right.
do believe full-heartedly that it is important for me to post pictures of my family to ensure that to let people know, to show people that you know, family is everything, and it is the only like your children are the only thing that get to come with you to heaven. You know what doesn't come with you? Your car, your house, whatever you have in this world, all the worldly possessions you can garner will never come with you to heaven. But you know what will? Eventually, hopefully long after you get there, are your children.
Yeah, that's very true. And you know, you kind of bring up a good point about, you know, putting yourself out there. So, and we were discussing earlier a little bit about people trying to grow their accounts. Just understand that if you're trying to make yourself have an online presence and you want to grow your own voice, understand that it comes with risks and you have to mitigate against those. So if you put yourself out there, like your face, you know, you choose not to be anon, and you really start pushing buttons, there are people out there that want to stop you from speaking, you know, the truth. So just understand there are risks associated with it.
Very much so. I mean, Steve and I have learned this firsthand. We were both doxxed
Charlie.
last year, or earlier this year. I mean, yeah, just look at Charlie. We were both doxxed, swatted. You actually got physically swatted. I was able to prevent it, fortunately. In the physical aspect of it, they tried. They suck, but you know. Okay,
Yep.
so I actually would like to share one of the. This was my first ever post after being verified, right? And I still feel this way today. But I said I realized that if any of my posts ever go viral, it would be easy to paint me as some right-wing extremist. Well, that's not what I am. I do not live my life politically. I live my life driven by gratitude and love for God, my family, and my country. I work very hard to provide for my family to make sure they're in good hands. We have regular family and friend get-togethers to experience the loving atmosphere created by all those amazing people. In my family, your political leanings do not determine your invitation to my house. It doesn't make me treat them as lesser in any way. My community is filled with strong, honest, and hardworking people. I feel the need to speak out due to the political atmosphere circling in on my life. It seems that there is an agenda to stomp out every free spirit in this country and to disarm those willing to stand against the machine. It breaks my heart to see so many people driven by hate and entitlement. So I may get judged by you as the bad guy, but in reality, I'm the guy who will help you on the side of the road if your car breaks down or if you have a flat tire. I'm so far from perfect, but I'm striving every day to become a greater man than I was yesterday. I'm filled with gratitude that I was born in America. We have it so great, and to be honest, I'd like to keep it that way. I'm in constant awe driving over giant bridges I never took part in building, or using internet I never helped set up, or the ability to drink clean water from a well I never dug. I'm grateful for where I am, and I am extremely blessed. So I will fight with every fiber of my being to speak truth, support truth, and stand against lies and tyranny. I will never bow to a tyrannical government or representative. I will only ever drop to my knee for two reasons: God and when I propose to my wife, and I'm all out of proposals. So I'm going to keep working to build up my family and community up, spread love and joy as much as I can, but if I must be the one to stand against the wolves at the door, I will not hesitate, because when I have everything I love to protect behind me, Satan himself couldn't make me step aside. God bless you all, and God bless America. And of course, it's a picture of me and my son there.
Yeah.
He was first born.
It's amazing, dude.
And this was March 1st, 2023. It was the first post after I verified my account. So like right when
Awesome.
I was fairly new.
Yeah, I remember when
And,
you first started, you were talking about how you have more followers or whatever than your hometown and things like that. And I
Yeah.
remember your journey, man. It's been amazing.
Yeah, it's and so in that post right there, I'd already recognized that speaking out in the way that I do and what I believe in,
Right.
in loving God or honoring God and family, that the media was going to paint me as a bad guy and that I would be seen
Correct.
as a bad guy. I didn't honestly realize the amount of people that would absolutely hate me without knowing me. That's kind of surprising, and it's still hard to get used to.
Yeah.
But I did prepare from the moment I started this journey. I realized that there were risks, and I've done my best to mitigate those risks. So when you guys do speak out, and you if you do ever plan on getting to becoming an influencer, then just know that you have to take your security very seriously.
Yeah.
Because it has just kicked up to a whole new level with the Charlie Kirk assassination, and realizing that someone as moderate as his positions
Correct.
warrants and with how many people celebrated it warrants the death penalty and the celebration thereof.
Absolutely. So I'll just close with this, Maurice, and this is how I choose to live. So in life, you were kind of discussing, there are a lot of people that hate you and hate you for what you stand for and your voice and your message. But you have to understand there's an inverse to that. There are people that love the voice and the message and love the person that you are. So that's the people that you need to be concerned about. And the people that you don't want to let evil control your life. You want good and the light to control your life. So that's why I choose to stay on that side and support and love those people. Did I cut out?
No, you're good, man. That was I love that, because you're right. And what we talked about earlier in the show about the unity that Charlie Kirk's memorial has kind of launched. It's not a unity with the far left. It's not a unity with the communists. It's not a unity with the ones who want to destroy us. It is unity with the ones who are politically uninitiated, who are completely unaware, who have been complacent in their place in society, and are now realizing that it's time to pick a side. And you cannot, we cannot tolerate this kind of communist, leftist, Marxist, evil, demonic death cult that has been allowed to sterilize children, that has been allowed to take assassination attempts at our president to actually assassinate one of the greatest men in our country, a future president, Charlie Kirk.
Absolutely.
We cannot allow this to happen. We cannot allow this 72 million abortions to continue the same course. We cannot allow the sterilization of children. We cannot allow the destruction of children innocence through this LGBTQ teachings in school. It is time to choose a side because shit's about to get real, and you have to realize that it's one or the other. You're either with the death cult or you're with the side of good. You're with the side of love and prosperity and procreation and building our society for the future.
Absolutely, my friend.
It's the way to go.
Yeah, I think
All
that's
right, you guys.
About the show.
Yeah, tune in Wednesday. Spoon Lives Matter. Don't forget, share that post. Make sure that Steve's post keeps garnering. Why not get 10? I mean, you already got over 10 times the viewership of what, now you have over 200 times or 20 times, I guess, the viewership of what Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, just 20. You have over 20 times the viewership on that post of the Spoon because Spoon Lives Matter. It is also funnier than Jimmy Kimmel, so screw that guy. But we will see you guys on Wednesday. We will be with Tammy. She is a recent. She just joined the Patriots prayer as of late, so we'll introduce you to her, and I think that you guys are going to absolutely love her. She is like when I first did a podcast with her, I was like blown away. I was like, dude, she is on it. I love it. So we'll see you guys Wednesday. Troll, I'm sorry you came in so late, but just tune in Wednesday. You'll find out who Tammy is. She's an incredible patriot, an incredibly based, holistic, awesome person. So it's jeez.
Don't even share that. It's in the show.
All right, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you guys Wednesday. Thank you, and God bless you all. God bless America. We'll see you then.
Dusty plains and broken dreams. Cowboys and Indians on the same team. We got no masters, only our creed to break the chains and set us free. Riders on the prairie, wild and free. Bows and arrows, cold 45s decree. No more tyranny, no more lies. Under open skies we rise. Fight, fight, fight till we reclaim the night. Cowboys and Indians in the blazing light. Fight, fight, fight till the dawn is near. We'll never live in fear.